make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
That's right. The only show in America that actually has the grapefruits to put statistics next to our predictions and takes here. Every single Wednesday, going back a number of years. I think we've been doing this for like 6 years now. We have statistics going back to 2018 on Write That Down. We have a Purple Daily version of it too, so the franchise has expanded. Maybe Judd's Hockey Show has to have its own edition. Maybe Flagrant Howls.
Oh,
I don't know.
I sort of like it.
Expanding the franchise.
I could see that, yeah. Well, we're always doing that.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, we made an announcement this morning over on Twitter that our friends Thor Nystrom and Jesse Pierce are joining Score North to launch a new Vikings podcast under the Purple Daily umbrella. And so we're going to launch the first episode of that in about 3 weeks in early August. Name sort of pending right now. But we're pumped to be expanding a little bit here for the first time in 2.5 or 3 years at Score North. So here's how Write That Down works. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate, you can send us a message through the Score North app. We're going to get our guy Stuart in here to make his Write That Down debut. And this accountability session, boys, is presented by our friends at Underdog Fantasy, the easiest way to get a sweat on games. And you can find out by just snooping around the Underdog Fantasy app, which is so easy, Judd can use it, gearing up for that football season.
And I have.
And I've already been on a bunch of email threads. We were trying to set draft dates for fantasy football and stuff, college buddies. But the best part about the season-long drafts for football, no waivers, trades, or lineup setting. No stressing over the week-to-week management or day-to-day management of your lineups. You draft a roster, and Underdog will take the highest-scoring players, and those are your starters. Also, with the Pick'em games, you can pick over-unders and win up to 20 times your money in one night. Promo code SCORE, S-K-O-R, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100.
It's the Open this weekend. I got picks.
Dude.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, send me some
picks.
Advice decks.
I can do that for you. I helped Judd the other
Send me some winners.
Pick
US
John
Open.
Daly, Judd. Just pick John Daly.
Daly was on there.
He's in great
the US
shape.
Open.
My sports son
He's
helps
down to
me.
3 packs a day.
You're just mocking me. You're trying to take advantage of the old man. Declan actually helps me out.
Yeah. I'm sure Declan will give you some great recommendations.
Write this down.
He actually, I think he put me on a winner or two the last time he did it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He did
Yeah,
it.
I mean, he's not, I suppose, in Write That Down, he might try to sabotage you, but he's
Correct.
probably not going to try and
Correct.
Correct.
sabotage you.
Fantasy.
All right, speaking of sabotage here, Judd, it's been kind of a rough season. Well, actually, it's been rough for you in Purple Daily. It's been okay for you in this one.
It's been fine here.
But you've had a pretty good week here. You did say the Twins were going to win at least 6 of 9 against the White Sox, Orioles, and Rangers, and so that was wrong.
Yeah,
But you came
happy.
back.
I'm not happy about that.
They won, 5? They went 5-4?
Yeah, and they should have won at least 2 from the Rangers.
Okay.
They won 1 of 3. They should have won at least 2.
Maybe you should stick to hockey. Which,
Stick to hockey.
if you do, you might have more correct predictions. You said the Wild would trade another player on the NHL roster before the start of the season. You made that prediction, I think, last week. And they turn around, they trade your guy Cam Talbot. And I believe this is a home run. It's just kind of first or second row.
It's old, yeah.
In the
'cause-
flower pot.
It's specific.
Yep. You said this a while back. Marc-Andre Fleury will return to the Wild. Cam Talbot will not. And you nailed it.
Very good, Judd.
That trip around the bases there.
Well, powders ordinarily get moved by good GMs.
Powders.
He's a powder. I want to be number 1 goaltender. Why am I not? Shut up and play.
Jeez, I had nothing come off the board.
Wow. All right.
Brother Liam, representing the listeners here, said the Wild will not re-sign Marc-Andre Fleury and will not make any transactions between last week and the start of the NHL draft. So just kind of...
They signed Middleton. They re-signed Fleury. Yeah, Brother Liam. Really good at actual hockey, but hockey predictions he might
What
wanna
was he
take a
thinking
back
on
seat
that
there.
last part, Declan? Will not make any transactions?
I think he was parlaying it because I think it was, so he was trying to say Yeah, they weren't going to, re-sign Middleton or re-sign Fleury between the start of the draft. He didn't think that was going to happen by draft time, which was like 48 hours. So he basically made a prediction that was going to come off the board in 48 hours, but he still got burned. Brothers.
So, I made a prediction. I made him take his volume down. I said he will make 3 incorrect wild predictions between last week and the end of the season. And so I'm already on the board with one of them right there. Okay. All right, Declan, you had a busy week here. Let's start with the bad. You said the Wild would trade at least one of these 3 defensemen within the last week, Dumba, Addison, or Kulikov. They did not. Kulikov. You said the Wild would trade at least one of their first 3 draft picks. I don't think they did,
I
right?
was surprised.
They made all 3 of these
not.
picks. 24.
Yeah, they made all 3 of them. I was shocked at this one.
It's got value, too.
However, you did say that your guy, Martin Perez, would be named to the American League All-Star roster.
Thank you.
And he promptly gives up a 6th spot to the Twins.
That's okay.
And you said Cam Talbot will not be on the Wild's opening night roster to start the 2022-23 season. Thought about a home run there, but it wasn't quite as bold as Judd predicting the fate of 2 goalies. So, I don't know. Judd, I'm going to say it's not a home run. Judd, if you want to fight this, we can take it to write that down court. Or Declan.
Dex?
I think because it's not decisive, then it's not. Like if we're arguing it right now, if like we don't have a black and white, I'll just take the hit.
Okay,
I'll take the hit. That's fine.
And with that, Declan holding steady with a .506 batting average, 11 home runs, both leading the league here. 361 for Judd and 5 home runs. I'm at 299 with 7 home runs. Listeners at 279 with 9 home runs. All time, Judd leads with 230 hits, and write that down. Listeners lead with 28 home runs, and write that down. All right, let's get Stuart in here. He is our guest, listener, predictor. Stuart, what's going on, man? When did you first become sucked into Minnesota sports?
Actually, fairly recently, back in 2017, was when my buddy, Eric Danielson, shout out to him. Haven't talked to him since college, but he kept poking me with a whole bunch of Vikings news throughout the season and preseason when we were in band together. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should start paying attention to them. And of course, they went on their huge deep playoff run that ended in disappointment. But that's when I started paying attention. I was like, maybe I could start paying attention to these guys and see what they're doing.
And now here you are making predictions about Minnesota sports teams.
You've come a long way,
later,
my man.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Did you say band?
Yeah, it was part of the non-audition band in college at Minnesota State University in Mankato. It was a great stress relief. It was also part of the athletic band. Got into a lot of sporting events for free. That was great.
What instrument did you play?
Trumpet.
Dude, my man.
Trumpet, yeah.
I was a Louis Armstrong Award winner in high school playing the trumpet.
Same.
Couple of cocky trumpet players right
Oh, you
here.
both
Wow, look
won?
at this.
Yeah, I got Louis Armstrong Award in high school too.
Yeah.
So they just give this thing
Well,
out.
Yeah,
it's
they
for
give
the
it
top
out.
trumpet player for each.
Can I get one?
Each band. Yeah. Well, why don't you bring a trumpet to the table? Let's see what you got.
I was a
That's not how you
trombone.
hold a trumpet at all whatsoever.
I had the slush pump.
Nope, don't do that. Actually,
Yeah.
that's going to be a meme on the internet.
That's fine.
Judd. He's incredible.
Judd, show us how to play the trombone,
Yeah.
Judd. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens. All right. Now do the flute.
That's this.
Clarinet.
No, that's a clarinet.
Yeah. God almighty.
Harmonica?
No, stop.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
God.
jaw harp.
I like the fact that Declan's melting down. That's the most fun part of this whole thing.
Oh man. All right.
Give me my
So
Louis Armstrong Award, damn it.
let's we'll try and get Judd some trumpet lessons here. Maybe Stuart can do it remotely, but let's get into the predictions here. We're going to go around the room 3 times. Stuart's going to lead us off over to Judd, Declan, and then back to me. So Stuart, why don't you lead us off with your first prediction?
Write this down.
All right, so first prediction of the day, Kirill Kaprizov will be with the Wild on opening day.
Okay, so he's not going to be. Was there some report that he was in a different country now again yesterday, or did I just get duped by some fake news on Twitter?
There
like
was some
Germany?
weird. Yeah, there was some weird report. I don't think it's true that he's injured and he's rehabbing in Germany. I don't think
He
it's legit.
he did have surgery.
No, he didn't. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so he's been in Dubai, Russia, Germany. Might not be able to get back to the United
Where's
States.
Waldo?
Yeah, seriously. Where's Kirill?
It's just a cardboard cutout of Kirill and
Just
I think
going
Carmen
around.
San Diego might be a better reference.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
seriously, though.
Where in the world is Kirill
Write this down.
Kaprizov? All right, Judd.
All right, write this down. John Rahm. John
Oh,
Rahm
look at
will
this guy.
win the Open Championship at St. Andrews this weekend.
Wow.
All right. Yep, and that's a home run if you predict the specific winner of
For sure.
a tournament with 150 of the best players in the world. You definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right. What's your thought on John Rahm? How do you like his game right now?
Yeah.
You know what? He hasn't been fantastic, but I like the fact that he's lurking. Like, I feel like going with the super hot hand is, especially in a major, aside from a guy like
get
Tiger
burned.
back in the day, can be
Yeah.
really dangerous.
Yep.
But Rahm's really good, and he's not playing great right now, which I think could mean he gets hot.
Little motivation. He's going to dial it in.
All right.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to put it together. I hate
You like
to
his
go
game around the
with a guy who
green, you
just
know?
won, because that's often just a lost cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the
I got a
best
couple-
part of his game? What do you like best about his game?
You know what? I like his demeanor. I like his demeanor and how he navigates the course. I feel like
Judd's doing pretty well with these questions, actually.
That's pretty good.
I feel like he's got an even keel approach. And look, the Open Championship is great. First of all, it is great. I mean, the birthplace of golf as well. But the Open Championship is all about keeping calm in the eye of the storm.
All right.
Okay. I mean, you're pretty spot on with this golf analysis. It's a little bit generalized, but it's pretty good.
Write this down.
Pretty good. All right, Dex.
All right. I have a couple open predictions, too. I'll start with this one. Write this down. Tiger Woods makes the cut at the Open, and he won't have a single round over par. He will play even golf. He will play par golf all 4 rounds or all rounds of the Open, and he will make the cut. So no
par
plus
or
one.
better. Wow. If that happens, he'll be in contention. You're basically
100%.
saying Tiger Woods is going to be in contention.
He has not gone well. Things have not gone well since he's come back from injury. But to kind of Judd's point here, I think now Tiger's lurking a little bit, and I think he is, at the very least, will start to play a little bit better. No rounds over par, and he'll make the cut at the Open.
I like it.
Write it down.
He's definitely limping. I don't know if he's lurking, but we'll find out.
Limping with a lurk, lurking with a limp, whatever you want to call it. But
I've got a feeling to what Dex is saying that this might be like his last inspired sort of special tournament.
Well, this is his favorite course in the world, he has said.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
old course. And he's won it here twice.
Like, it feels like there's the potential, at least, for magic here.
Wow.
And if that happens, get the Kleenex to Seattle, because
Oh my God, I'm going to be a mess if that happens.
We'll be
Dude, I was
in the
like,
fetal position on the couch going Toy Story 3.
I mean, when he won the Masters, I
Write it
was
down. You like writing things down.
definitely crying. All right, well, I need you to tell me, because again, it's hard to pinpoint the winner of the Open. I have 3 guys. I think one of these 3 is going to win it.
okay.
I want this to be a home run, but two of them are among the favorites: Rory McIlroy and Xander Schauffele.
Mm-hmm.
Rory hasn't won a major in 8 years, believe it or not. And then I'm putting Tommy Fleetwood
Tommy.
on my list
Tommy
here. I
Fleetwood.
kind of feel like he's kind of disappeared a little bit, but Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, or Tommy Fleetwood, one of those 3 will win the Open. Write it down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Stuart,
All right.
your second prediction.
All right, so this prediction has a little bit of a history behind it. A year ago, back in May, when the Vikings had drafted Christian Darrisaw and Wyatt Davis, we were all really excited. The offensive line is going to get fixed. And then I think it was 2 days after that, I had this realization that Vikings don't like using rookies. And I had a prediction that I wanted to get down, but I never did. And I'm kicking myself for it, that Christian Darrisaw and Wyatt Davis would not start week 1. And if they even did start, would be on separate weeks, which of course did come true. And I really wish I had got that down. So to kind of represent the changes made since then, write this down. At least 3 Vikings players will make their NFL debuts in week 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to trust young players more, basically.
Yes.
And when you say debuts, Stuart, you don't mean necessarily starts, just like he gets a snap in, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, which is, I mean, How many of those guys didn't even really see? Well, there were some special team snaps in there, but the third round was basically just a washout for the Vikings last year, 2021. So, yeah, Lewis Seen should get some playing time.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Judd.
Miguel Sano will hit no fewer than 3 home runs in his rehab stint with the St. Paul Saints. And
He had a nice little double to the gap last night.
He did, and it went the opposite way. And I saw Twitter light up. If he can hit like this, watch out. He's coming back. It's
all
gonna be great.
The Twins reporters are all like, "Oh, you know, when's he gonna come back?" And Rocco was the one pumping the brakes a little bit last night.
I got a sneaky suspicion that there is no plan for him to come back from how the manager reacted to that question.
Like, what do you mean? Like that they don't?
I don't think they're going to have him back. I think they're going to try and trade him. The way that Rocco responded, first of all, he said, I don't want to know what his stats are. Don't tell me, I haven't looked. But then he was just like, I mean, they were trying to get like some type of idea about the excitement and where he's at as far as, because I mean, he went from what's it called? The Florida
Coast League or something.
Yeah. It's like to AAA. And I think there was an assumption that, it might go quick now. And Rocco slow cooked that big time. I wonder if they're like, you know what? It's not worth it anymore.
Well, is it a coincidence that they slow cooked his rehab a little bit, and it's kind of coinciding with the lead up to the trade deadline?
Right. And
because don't you get like 20 or 30 days to stay
20.
in the minor leagues? 20. So
20 days.
He probably has another 2 weeks left on that if they need it. So they could keep him with the Saints for like 2 more weeks.
And hope he crushes.
And that would bring you right up to the trade deadline week. So, and then maybe he comes up for just to show like, okay, he's back on the major league team, and maybe he has a pinch hit home run or so. Actually, you know what? Well, Declan, you go first because you're up next.
I don't got it. You're good. I don't have one, but I will.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Another Open prediction from me. Max Homa, who actually is paired with Tiger this week at the Open. Becoming one of my more favorite golfers recently. He's been playing a lot better. So write this down. I want to quantify this. Max Homa will shoot a lower score at the Open than at least 3 of the favorites, which are Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
So he will have a better score than at least one of those 3 guys at the Open this week.
He's been pretty good, man. He's definitely emerged as one of the top like 20 or 30 players in the world this year. Max Homa.
Yeah, he's been awesome. Did you see his funny little tweet from like 9 years ago that has now come to fruition when he was at, I think, UCLA is when he was a college golfer. But he like tweeted out like, "Hey Tiger, I just played as you as Tiger Woods PGA Tour video game. You want to play with me this weekend?" And now he's playing with Tiger Woods at the Open. He's paired with him. So
that's really
kind of a cool little story. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Write this down.
Okay, write this down. Miguel Sano is going to hit a home run in his first start with the Twins.
So not a pinch hit.
Yeah, I don't want to limit myself to, well, crap. That's a good point. Because what if it's a pinch hit home run and then I don't get credit because he didn't start? Okay, screw it. He will hit a home run in his first game back with the Twins.
Okay.
I was thinking, well, if he comes in and gets 1 pinch hit appearance, then I only get 1 crack at it. But if it's a home run, I don't want to lose out. So,
right.
All right, he's going to hit a home run in his first game back with the Twins. And then everyone's going to go crazy. Oh, this finally, yes.
He's figured out.
No. Write this down.
All right, Stuart, your third and final prediction.
So my final prediction is the Minnesota Vikings will not win the division, but their final game will be played after the Packers' final game.
Ooh. Okay.
I've worded this very specifically.
So. Yeah, I see that.
Nice.
So,
nice work.
Just to clarify here.
That's great.
Because Wild Card Weekend, I think, spreads across 3 days now. So you're giving yourself that leeway too, potentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like
that. So if both Packers and Vikings make the playoffs, but the Packers game is at 3 and the Vikings is at night, that counts.
I love this loophole. This is great.
And it gets
this is how you play the game, man. This is how you play the game.
If for some weird reason the Packers and Vikings don't make the playoffs, but like the Packers have a noon game and the Vikings have a 3 o'clock game, it's a weird loophole. I thought about this for a while.
I like this.
No, this is great. We love loopholes. We love people that put thought into loopholes.
It's like you're a lawyer.
No.
I mean, this has that thought. Yeah, this is fantastic.
It is. Well, Stuart, since you've got this life-changing platform here right now on Mackey and Judd with the entire world watching, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this peak moment?
Yeah, so I've already mentioned him, but Eric Danielson for getting me to pay attention to Minnesota Vikings in 2017. Michael Thursby and the Maverick Machine Athletic Band for getting me to fall in love with hockey. I'm originally from Iowa, so didn't really grow up with hockey a whole lot, but saw a lot of the Mavericks play in college and fell in love with the sport. My father-in-law for being one of the few people I can chat about Minnesota sports with. And my wife, lastly, for letting me enjoy the sports and for allowing me to get fan apparel for our dogs and our kids.
Love it, man. Oh, the dog. You're all in, man. 5 years ago, you're kind of like, oh, check out Minnesota sports.
Yeah.
5 years later, your dog's wearing a Vikings sweater and you're making predictions on a podcast.
Brett Favre jersey. Dog's got a Brett Favre 4 on.
Well, Stuart, thanks for coming on. Thank you for your service as well, and we'll definitely get you on again sometime, all right?
Thank you for having me.
All right, there he is. Guest listener predictor.
Nice work.
Stuart. Great stuff, man.
Wow.
Before we make our final trip around the room here, it is cabin and lake season, and the last thing you want is a bunch of grime and disgustingness around to buzzkill the day.
Oh God, there's nothing worse. You're sitting on the dock, right? Maybe you're enjoying a summer of Surly or enjoying a nice
Otis Redding.
beverage.
Okay,
and you're sitting by the dock by the bay, and you're just watching the tide roll away, right? And the worst thing is
right?
Dock on the bay. I screwed it up. Yeah, I didn't get it right. But I'll tell you what. No, gets it right is Aquaside. Aquaside will remove that nasty lake weed and algae from the bottom of that lake. They got Aquaside pellets, which is a safe product registered with the EPA and the DNR. They're located, Aquaside is, in White Bear Lake here in the Twin Cities. But you can get their Aquaside pellets at aquaside.com to learn more. It's a do-it-yourself product. They walk you through how to use it. Even if you have a pond or maybe you have a pond on your property too, that can help remove the lake weed. And my friend X Twins News shouted us out the other day saying that he has an Aquaside pond at his house. So check them out, aquaside.com to learn more.
Boom. All right, boys, let's make our final trip around the room here. Judd,
down.
your third and final prediction.
All right, my third and final prediction is for the All-Star Game and the Twins representatives in said game at Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
Luis Arraez will get at least one hit in the All-Star Game, and Byron Buxton will either homer or strike out or both. So just in case he gets 2 at-bats. I don't think he will. I think he'll get 1.
Yeah.
But so Arraez will get at least 1 hit. I think that's pretty good. Like, I think that the odds of that are actually good. But with Buxton, I'm going all or nothing. He either homers or strikes out.
Okay. Love it. All right, write this down. I was going to make a Cam Talbot. Sorry. God dang it.
You came so close.
It's been a long
so
time
close.
since I've done that.
Like, you've had these all written down. You had everything. D-Lo, we got to the Memphis game.
I'm sorry.
Game 6, and we're going to have to bench you.
I'm just really excited.
And now Chris Finch is like, hey, buddy, come here. You write that down?
I've got deep cut open championship takes here, and I can't. All right, sorry, Declan, your final prediction.
We'll get there. An AEW, a wrestling prediction here for me to wrap up. Sasha Banks will sign with AEW at some point in 2022. This whole thing has become bizarro. They're like removed her from the website. She is still under contract with WWE, but clearly she's being phased out somehow. She'll sign with AEW. Just she deserves it. I know she kind of can be, some people think she's a pain in the butt to work with behind the scenes, and that might be true, but so are a lot of really good wrestlers from back in the day. But Sasha Banks should go to AEW and flourish, so write it down. Sasha Banks, the boss, will sign with AEW at some point in 2022.
Sounds like she wants to be an actress. So I don't know, maybe she just decides to pursue that, but who knows?
Surprise you there.
All right, write this down.
Write this down.
I was going to make a vindictive Cam Talbot prediction saying that he's going to give up like a bunch of goals in whatever, like his third game or something, but I'm going to do this. Because the Open Championship is this weekend. I want to give you a deep cut here. Ryan Fox, just a guy on the European tour, 35-year-old from New Zealand. Ryan Fox will finish top 10 at the Open. That's my prediction. So he's he's just a random European golfer who's been playing fairly well. But I just want to put a pelt on the wall here and say that I think Ryan Fox is going to contend. And Ryan Fox will finish top 10 at the Open. Okay.
Good. So a definite, if that's right, home run prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's a complete
nobody,
right?
He's 55 to 1 to win the whole thing. So I don't know. You want me to say top 5? I'm looking at FanDuel.
Well, top
Okay.
5 would be
He's
for
55 to 1 to win the whole thing. So, for instance, like
Top 5
Rory
would
is
be a
like
home run.
12 to 1 or something.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
All right, top 5. Ryan Fox will finish top 5 at the Open. I want this to be a home run prediction. So,
Okay.
thanks for helping me massage this.
Write this down.
And
street
there we
cred
go.
if you get that right. That's pretty good.
Just want some golf street cred so we can launch a golf podcast, which Royce would probably love if we did that on Score North. And we can get Judd in to be the expert on John Rahm.
Just
and
John
things.
Rahm.
Yep.
Just
or
John
John
Rahm
Rahm correspondent.
Judd Zolgad.
All right. Over on Purple Daily today, we're going to make predictions. And we also just saw an amazing quarterback list come out that is worth discussing, too. It's what are people saying about the Vikings, but really what people aren't saying about the Vikings for this one. So you want to check out Purple Daily. If you missed the Kevin O'Connell interview from a couple days ago, too, it's our most listened to Purple Daily episode of the summer so far, and we thank him for coming on for 20 minutes. But that's a wrap on Mackey and Judd. Write that down. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Reckless Speculation Thursday.